Bam. All right. Well, this is a monumental moment. This is HUDSY's first Instagram live. So kudos to the HUDSY team for making this happen. For those that don't know who I am, I'm Angel Gates. I'm one of the co-founders of HUDSY. And this is, really exciting because the person we're going to interview today, Louise Bartolotta, well, I hope I got her last name right. In the beginning stages of HUDSY, we always knew we wanted to figure out how we can put money back into creative hands. And, being a freelancer for numerous years, one of the things you struggle with is being creative. In order to make money, you have to shoot things you don't want to really shoot. This community content fund that we had started was to really help creators create and get paid for it. And today we're going to interview someone that is extremely talented. I did a deep dive with a lot of her work, and I'm super inspired. And it makes sense why she was one of the finalists, one of the recipients. And so that you all are aware, the way we work with the Community Content Fund is we hired a committee from the community to go through all these proposals. We had close to almost 40 proposals that got submitted. And unfortunately, we were only able to pick 3. And hopefully every year that will grow. That's the goal. But this is a start, and this is something that we always envisioned for HUDSY. And here we are. So I am going to see if she's on right now, so we can let her in. How does this work? Also, bear with us. It's our first live, so I am also trying to figure this out. All right, I think, Louisa, you have to request. There you go. Bam.
Okay.
There we go.
What's up?
How you doing, mate? I don't know what I'm doing on my end. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah.
All right. I could barely see you because now my keyboard is in the way, but it's all good. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. This is really exciting. I've been prepping for this moment. I'd be lying if I didn't tell you that I was a little nervous.
Same.
I'm sure you're. Yeah. So yeah, let's talk about your film career. Let's touch on that. How did you get started in film?
Well, in high school, I went to this program in Poughkeepsie called the Art Effect now, but at the time it was a children's media project. So I went to that program, and they taught us filmmaking as youth producers. And then I went to film school at SUNY Purchase. Yeah.
So funny enough, Nicole sent us an email, and she referred to you as one of the most creative script writers that has ever come across that program.
Well,
And
they taught us,
But you know what? Just even looking at your work, that's one of the first things I recognized is that how talented you are. And it actually brings me to a film that I just watched of yours called Lucky 13.
See, that's my senior thesis from Purchase.
Yeah, that was a powerful short film. And in fact, when I started watching it, I thought it was a documentary at first. And I'm like, no, wait, this is a film.
Yeah.
and being a dad to a young little girl, it was powerful. And I'm just curious, what inspired that film?
I grew up dancing, doing ballet, here in Poughkeepsie, in the Hudson Valley. So I just really wanted to make a movie kind of about the world that I experienced. Obviously not about my experience as a kid in dance, but about that world and the vibe, if that makes sense. Yeah. And
so did you write the script? Who oh no, it's honestly, everyone that's watching right now, if you haven't seen it, it's called Lucky 13. And I would recommend you watch it. It's a really powerful film. The ending has a wild twist, but it talks about serious topics. It really, really does. And, being a person of color, and, the film is about this young Black ballerina. And it touches on bullying, touches on racism, and real life women issues, right? She's young, right? How old was the girl? Like 12, 13?
Yeah, she was 12, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really powerful.
Thank you.
And kudos to you. I thought that was something that I felt like I needed to share because it really moved me. It really, really did.
I appreciate
it. And so, yeah, what are some of your inspirations? Who are filmmakers that inspire you to be who you are?
My favorite movie is The Florida Project, and I like love all of Sean Baker's work. I haven't seen like his most recent thing, but I really like filmmakers that can make something with nothing, like these like indie movies that pop up that were made for like $30,000 or $100,000. Like that is really inspirational to me, especially if it's just like it's such a good script that you can ignore all of the production issues or whatever it is.
Yeah, and just real fast, just to go back to Lucky 13, like how can folks find that film? Because I know I found it on your Vimeo account, but
yeah, it's like on my website or Vimeo. Like if you just Google my name, yeah.
Okay, and if anything, we'll try to find the exact URL and send it out for those who are wondering. And yeah, you know, and you're a Hudson Valley native, you know, Poughkeepsie to be exact, which is super exciting, right?
Yeah, town of Poughkeepsie, like town, yeah.
And let's talk about the project that you're working on right now. I believe it's called Javelina.
Yes.
Damn. All right. Yeah, let's touch on that. Like, what inspired it, and why you feel it's important to make it?
Yeah. Not to go like off on a story, but I got the idea like a couple years ago because I was like driving through Beacon and I saw like someone in like a hiking looking like a Beacon type like outdoorsy outfit playing with like a huge dog, and I thought it was like like I was like, what is that thing? And then I looked, I was like, obviously it's a dog. Like what was I thinking? But that's kind of where the idea came from. And I was like playing with this script about like two New York City transplants that like come up here and find this like wild beast in their yard, and they try to like raise it to see if it will help them fit in with like the people who are like more connected to nature up here, and like see if it will make them more connected to like the land, but they don't realize that it's like this invasive species like monster that they should be like, I don't know. It was like this complicated idea, and it doesn't really make sense, and it didn't really have much meaning. Like it had too many contradictions in it. So then it's kind of like boiled it down to this idea about a little girl who becomes afraid of her like New York City transplant neighbor's dog, and she thinks it's like a javelina, which is like, because she's like a kid that's really into nature and like growing up here and learning about animals, but also learning about other animals. So she thinks it's like a desert animal. I feel like every time I talk about it, it kind of doesn't make sense. Like...
No, that's fine. That's the beauty about being a creative, right? Eventually everyone's gonna get it when it's made.
Yeah, that's my hope.
No, I believe it will. Just seeing all your work, I don't doubt you one bit. And how old are you?
I'm about to be 27.
You're about to be, so your birthday's coming up really soon.
Yeah, November.
All right, there you go. So yeah, so you're working on Javelina. Are there any other projects that you're working on besides this?
I've been writing a feature for like 2 years. I don't see myself finishing it anytime soon, but I have like little short stories I like to do off of the feature, and yeah, personal projects, no, just mostly like work projects.
I'm gonna ask you a really geeky question. What do you shoot with? What gear do you shoot with?
I own a, yeah.
Because the work you have is quality.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Lucky 13 was shot on my friend's T100. I own a GH5. I like to shoot on film. Like I actually did a class at the Cine Hub in Beacon, like to learn 16, and it was super fun. So I like shot a little music video on 16, and yeah, we're gonna be shooting this camera on my friend's Blackmagic Pocket.
Nice, and that's awesome. And shout out to Cine Hub; those are good folks that we are very well connected with.
Rob.
Yeah, and Molly and all those folks. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm just super excited to just be on this call with you because, like I said, I don't know if you, for those that jumped on late, you know, HUDSY in the initial phases was trying to figure out how can we, you know, get creators to create stuff they want to create and get them paid. You know what I mean? And you know, I think it's awesome to like have this fund, and the fact that, you know, we had the amount of proposals we got, and for those that did submit a proposal and didn't get selected this year, I would say send it in again when we launch it again, because hopefully we have more money to give out. You know what I mean? We really want to find ways to help creatives. And it's not even also about money as well. You know what I mean? If there's ways that we can help, you know, physically, just being on set to help, reach out to us, and hopefully we can help a lot of those dreams come true with creating awesome projects. So you're from Poughkeepsie. You said who inspires you. Where do you want to be in the next 5 years?
I'd like to be making a feature. Like, yeah, I mean, you know, you don't know what happens in the future, and it's like my dream. So it's like something I know will happen, like for me in my life. Whenever it does happen, like I will make this feature that I've been writing. But that would, if I could make it in the next 5 years, like probably in literally 5 years, like that's, you know, but that would be the dream.
And when you say create a feature, are you saying like write the script and shoot it, or just write the script and have a production company shoot it?
No,
like what does that mean?
Yeah, I want to like be like an indie director. Like if it's like I'm getting funding from foundations or whatever it is, like whatever I can do. Obviously, like I have like a team, and I wouldn't be like doing everything, but I would like to like be kind of doing everything, like starting out, you know, as a director. Like that's the dream. Like the dream.
No, listen, I strongly believe you're heading to that direction. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna just keep hammering away with this. Check out Louise's work. Like, your work is phenomenal. We're gonna find a way to get your work so people can see it. And yeah, please probably just Google search you, right? Louise Bartolotta. Did I get it right?
There's a couple other Louise Bartolottas. Yeah, there's a couple other Louise Bartolottas, but they're mostly
I you know, believe it or not, I did come across that when I was doing
sometimes they add me on Facebook. It's like fun.
And there seems like there's another filmmaker that is a Louise.
No way.
Yeah. I came across that as well. But yeah, you know, once again, you know, thank you for submitting your proposal. It meant a lot to us. You know, shout out to the committee who actually picked you. You know what I mean? Rightfully so. You had an amazing proposal. You have an amazing idea. And I think that, you know, there's a lot there. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to all the work that you're going to do. And
I'm so grateful. Like, you guys are amazing. Like, I wouldn't be doing this, obviously, like without the support. Like, I'm emotional. And I'm really excited to see the other projects too. Like, I love basketball, so I'm like very excited about it.
Yeah.
And farming. I love farming. Like, love both of them.
No, Walter and Chris, they also are also really talented human beings as well. You know, another thing for those that don't know, you know, the way we submitted the proposals to the committee is we took off your names, so that, you know, there wasn't any nepotism or, oh, I know Louise, I'm gonna just, you know what I mean? They sincerely looked at the proposals and chose that way. And well, there you go. Laura, one of our co-founders, did post your website. So check her out. But yeah, you know what I mean? There was definitely a lot of work that went into that. And, you know, kudos to the committee, because there was, once again, a lot of proposals. But if any of you out there have any questions, please feel free to ask, because I would love to hear what you have to say to Louise.
Hi, Mom.
But yeah, you know, once again, we're super thankful and grateful for your submission. I'm looking forward to your film. And yeah, I just really recommend for you folks to check out Louise. I think, you know, she is a talented human being, and I feel like I've repeated myself a million times, rightfully so, because you are. And yeah, and try to find ways to, like, you know, support HUDSY. For those that are following and watching this, you know, I mean, we're trying to do a lot. You know, we launched an apprenticeship program. So if you're an inspiring filmmaker, you know, apply. You know what I mean? One of the things for us is trying to connect with the community. You know what I mean? We represent the community. We're from the community. And the only way this is going to work is if the community supports us. You know, we really need that. We need that help. And I don't really have a closing statement, and this is going a lot faster than I thought it would. We have a question. What is the most challenging aspect of shooting films for you?
Thank you. Hi. I like the whole producing and like pre-production process of like how to get everything to like getting everything together, like the things that are like a producer's job when you're like not like a big director, like you're doing everything with your producing team. So it's like pretty difficult to like, you know, have your hands in like all the pots, like making sure all the rides are set and making sure food is this and that. Like you're responsible like for everything like at this stage. So I find that very difficult, but fun too.
I'm gonna actually piggyback off of that. Do you usually have a team that you work with, or is it
My
something
friends.
that? So you just shoot
Friends.
with your friends?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
But they all went to film school or are involved in some way, so it's not like. But yeah, we're friends.
And how long does it take to actually write a script for you and bring it to life?
Oh, it depends. Like longer is always better. I don't really write with other people, so writing by yourself, I feel like, is like a very long process. I take forever on everything. Like, what am I saying? Yeah, I just take forever on everything. So this one, it's been like a few months, and I feel like I'll have a new draft right before. But yeah, a long time. I don't have an answer. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. And we have another question from Mike. He asked, "What is your favorite subject / topic to film?"
Like, as a writer or as like a videographer, I don't know, just anything like this is a weird question. I don't know. Like I guess most of my work has been like kid movie, like coming of age, like kind of thing. But I really like environmental, like anything that has like an environmental like subtext or undertone or something like that that has like a bigger social, like a small story that has like a bigger social issue. And I like environmental stuff.
No, it's all good. And so, like, what's your favorite part about the Hudson Valley?
Oh my God, I love it here so much. Just like you can just go outside and it's like beautiful. Like wherever you, if I'm just like driving to go to Target or something, it's like beautiful outside. I don't know. This is a stupid answer. No, but I love the people. Like I feel like everyone is very like, at least where I live, like everyone kind of knows each other and there's like a very like community vibe. Like there is a vibe of like wanting to support each other, is like going to local businesses and like going to local events and things. I just love it so much.
Are you seeing the questions as I'm seeing them as well?
Yeah.
All right. So we have Lacey, who asked, "What would you say to young women and girls who are trying to enter what is sometimes a male-dominant industry? How are you been navigating it?"
I love this question. I love it. I actually like, I shoot like dance competitions, and a big reason I've like kept up doing that is because I want like young girls to see like a woman with a camera, like if they would normally not see that. Advice would be like just keep doing like the things that you want to do, even if like you feel like you're not in the right, like if you feel like you're the only girl in technical crew or whatever it is that you want to be doing. It's like the more you just keep doing it and acting like it's not a strange thing, the more other people will see that and it will just keeping. But yeah, I definitely feel the frustration and feel the like need to talk about it and talk about how important it is to like have more girls doing film work. Like so important.
And since we're on that, like, have you had to deal with that personally in your career?
Yeah, I mean, I remember like the first shoot that I was working in camera department on, like having to figure, like people would be like, "Oh, hey, like baby," and like little girl and like things like that, or like, "Do you need help carrying this?" And I'm like, "This is kind of my job. Like, I need to carry this." Like, so there's definitely like a what do I do? Like, how should I feel about this? But if you want to like keep doing it, just like I feel like a lot of people do get discouraged, and it's just like if this is what you want to do, there's no reason not to.
That's super inspiring, as everyone's saying. You are amazing. You are.
I'm just
really
word vomiting. I don't know how to do this.
No, you're doing really great. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is our first live, so
we're learning.
It's exciting. We're learning. It's nerve-wracking, but for the most part, and you know, you are an inspiring human, and I want to keep drilling that. And we're excited. We're excited to see the work that you're doing, the work that you're going to do. And we want to be as supportive as possible. You know what I mean? In a space that needs more diversity from race, gender, age. You know what I mean? It's our duty to keep pushing that forward. And when we come across talented individuals like yourself, we need to celebrate that. You know what I mean? And we need to keep celebrating those that are typically not celebrated. And whatever we can do to help, we're going to be here for you. And yeah, and so I'm sorry, I'm getting like a bunch of messages, but yeah, this is exciting. And I want to just say thank you so much for doing this. And for those that tuned in, thank you for tuning in. We do have 2 more coming up. I believe it's next Thursday. We're going to be interviewing Chris. And then after that following Thursday, the 7th, would be interviewing Chris Nostrand. And once again, thank all of you for tuning in. Thank you for bearing with us. This is our first Instagram Live, so that's exciting, but at the same time, nerve-wracking. I'm going to keep it real. And yeah, keep supporting us. Keep supporting local. Keep watching local. And and once again, the only way this is going to work, the only way this platform is going to work is with your support. You know what I mean? We are really on. Oh, we got more questions. Hold on.
That's my best friend.
All right, there you go. Any books you found helpful for screenwriting?
Story by Robert McKee.
There you go.
And there's like YouTube channels that all their videos are just like that book. So it's like easy to digest. And
as I was trying to tell Al this, I actually now have another question for you. What do you do to keep practicing in your craft? Because obviously you seem to do it all. You're a script writer, you're a videographer, you're a producer. Like, what do you do to continue getting better at your craft?
I'm like a terrible producer. No, I just write every single day. Like, I always write. Like, just keep, like, I feel like I need to write all the time. So yeah, just like writing all the time and watching stuff, like, which I find like kind of difficult to do. Like how some authors like don't really like to read. Like I find it difficult like to watch like a lot of movies, but it does like definitely inspire me. So but yeah, writing is like the main thing. Like just keep writing.
And what is one of your favorite films? What's a film that continues to inspire you?
I just said The Florida Project. Like I want to give like another answer because I already said that. It's like my favorite movie of all time. It's The Florida Project.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That works. Well, I don't want to take too much of your time, and this has been extremely exciting. And like I said, looking forward to your work. For those that don't know who Louise is, go follow her IG. I pinned her website. Check out her work. I was super inspired and touched by a film that she made called Lucky 13, which was made for her thesis at Pace.
Purchase.
And a purchase. Ooh, my back. Purchase. And yeah, I would just say, follow her, support her. And thank you for tuning in. This was super exciting. Our first IG in the books. I promise it'll get better. But thank you, Louise. See you soon. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This is super exciting. All right.
Thank you. HUDSY is amazing. Love you guys. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye.